Police Minister Bheki Cele will return to Riverlea for an illegal mining Imbizo. Cele has promised residents that police will wipe out zamas from the area after they took to the streets to protest this week. Police have so far arrested over 100 suspects as they continue with this crackdown on illegal mining operations. Let's check in with Ziniko Mhlaba, who is there for us in Riverlea. It's a community that's been under siege for some time, Ziniko, and they hope that the operations of the past week and the Imbizo taking place today is going to change that for them.
That's right, Michelle. It's a community that has been under siege for years, according to activists whom one of them I'll be speaking to. Well, talking about the arrests which have been made, Michelle, I can tell you right now, the law enforcement officers are still on the ground. Just 30 minutes ago, we saw some officials getting into this particular open field, but unfortunately, they are a bit far from where we are, so we won't be able to give you those visuals of those officers of special forces who just, ran after, chased some zamas, so trying to make their way out of these holes underground. Remember that you were told by police officers yesterday that they believe that there are still illegal miners who are still trapped underneath, who have not been able to come out so that they are able to access their homes. Well, 30 minutes ago, there were a few young boys, I think they're just under 15, about 5 of them. They were trying to run, from this particular open field into those informal settlements of Zama, but unfortunately they came across those officers you saw there. Then they had to return back to the underground holes where they've been staying for some time now. So as far as the operations are concerned, they are still continuing. We'll see if those guys, and if maybe they'll be able to come out at any time, but I can tell you it's landlocked, and of course both entry points where we are and on the other side where we were in the morning, there's a great presence of law enforcement, so it might be very tricky for them to be able then to come out so that they are able to get to their homes. But let's bring in one activist who's been very involved in terms of understanding the dynamics of illegal zamas, but also how they're impacting this particular community. Councillor Theo, let me bring you in, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Talk to us about the effectiveness of these operations, but with your background of understanding the problems here, do you think the measures are a solution from how they have been unfolding for the past 72 days?
Good morning, Zini, and good morning to the viewers out there. Thank you for this opportunity. Zini, what we are witnessing here for the past few days is a positive step towards attending to this problem that the community is facing for the past few years already. We are grateful, we are humbled to see all the law enforcement on the ground currently, because this community has been terrorized for years by this illegal zamas, by this illegal miners here. So from my side, what I would say is the law enforcement that we see here for the past few days on the ground, this must be continuing. It must be a continuous process up until the matter is resolved. The things is simple, Zini. It's not complicated. Number one, we just want the Department of Home Affairs, Department of Human Settlements to come down here on this informal settlement here, Zamampilo. They must come and do an audit. All South Africans, human settlements can assist where possible to house them. Then undocumented people, Department of Home Affairs must then do what they need to do to take them out of the country. Then the next step will be then to rehabilitate this land, this whole mine actually, you understand, so that the community of Riverlea can have that assurance once again of safety and security, and not forgetting, very important, the Minister of Mineral and Resources, Minister Mantashe, he must come also out on the ground like his counterpart, Minister Bheki Cele, like he's out here this morning today to come and bring feedback to the community. Minister Mantashe must come out, come and see what is the situation here, and then make sure that the necessary funds is released in order to rehabilitate this whole section that is causing the havoc here.
Talk to us about the health dynamics of this particular area. We understand that there's a gas line that is going through Riverlea itself, but also talking about the mines that must be rehabilitated. So talk to us about what measures have this community taken to bring those issues to the attention of authorities, and what has been their response so far?
Okay, with regards to the health hazards, the health issues, just to start off very quickly, This informal settlement here, quite a few tests was done already here. And it has been determined that it is not suitable for humans to stay here. Now, with regards to the next point that you made reference to, which is very critical and very important, and I try my utmost best to highlight this as much as possible. The Sasol gas lines that is running through this area of Riverlea. Then there's Transnet running through it as well underground. Then there is rainwater, heavy pressure pipe is underground here as well. But my main concern is, and that is also of the community, the Sasol gas lines. You know the zamas, we know what they're using here underground. They're using explosives. Now if you think that Bree Street, what happened in Bree Street is bad, no, that is nothing compared to what we are sitting on here. This is a ticking time bomb.
Thank you very much, Miyati. We'll catch up with you later on as the 10 o'clock hour schedule for that Imbizo gets closer and closer. So that's the situation here, Michelle. Residents looking forward to that meeting with the Minister Bheki Cele, which is scheduled to start at about 8 o'clock or just after 8 o'clock. So we'll try and continue engaging with residents to gauge their expectations as they'll be talking to the Minister at 10.
Ziniko Mhlaba, live just there in Riverlea. Thanks very much indeed.